Hey flute friends, we're going to learn how to make a sound on our head joint. And I'm going to give you a step-by-step process because unlike trumpet and trombone where they're putting something on their mouth or clarinet where they're putting something in, we're trying to find the magic place on our lip or under our lip to make that happen. So I'm going to break this down into steps, and if you follow them, chances are really good you're going to be able to get your first sounds. So you're first going to do, hold your head joint so that the open end is pointing to your right, okay? You're going to put your hand on that open end and close it off so that no air is going to come out of there. Then I need you to make a straight line with your lips. So if you close them like that, and you're going to take your head joint, which has this opening, you're going to put it over that straight line so that straight line is cutting this hole in half. So you'll look like this when you've got it in the right place. Then you're going to roll the head joint down and let your lips go. If you've done this correctly, you'll notice that your bottom lip is covering part of that hole. And then we're gonna blow across, not down, to create our sound. And one of the stories that I like to use is pretend that somebody's holding a dandelion in front of you and it's gotten to the puffy stage. So it's not the flower, but it's puffy. And you're gonna blow so that a couple of those little puffs fly away and then a couple more. You don't wanna go and make it explode because then there's nothing left but a stem. So again, close this. Make a line with the lips. Put this over so that the line is cutting the hole in half. Roll down and then let your lips go. Now blow across, not too hard, just enough to make a couple of those little dandelion puffs go. And that's the sound that you should get. And if you look at the opening in my lips, it's football shaped and not too big. By the way, you won't be able to hold a note for that long as a beginner. It's okay. Flute takes more air than any other instrument in the band, so it'll take a while before you can do that. Once you feel like you're getting that down, we're going to try for our next note. So again, repeat the process. Every time you go to play, I want you to repeat this process. Close, whine, cover, roll, release. So now I want you to get that same note and I want you to push your air harder to get the next note. And the best way for me to describe how your air moves when you do that, it's a difference between saying hey to somebody that's sitting right there in front of you or yelling to somebody that's across a football field. Hey! You're gonna push that air with that kind of force to get that next note. So again, close, whine, cover, roll, and then release. So it's like, hey, hey, and you should be able to get that second note to speak. I always recommend that you work in front of a mirror because that way you can see what you're doing. If you look at me when I go to play, my cheeks aren't puffing. I'm not doing anything strange. I'm not trying to whistle into the flute. I'm just taking a breath and blowing across. If you have any questions, be sure to see to your director. I'm sure he can steer you in the right direction.
Can you go through the line cover, that whole process? And I'm going to get a little closer so we can get a closer look here.
Okay. So, breaking down the process for producing your first sound, you're going to cover the end of the flute. Remember, the open end of the head joint is going to your right. So you cover that so no air can come out of it. You're going to make a line with your lips.
So you're rolling your lips in. Are you rolling them all the way behind your teeth? Or is that a big no-no, or?
I'm rolling them like I'm an old person without their dentures.
Ah. Okay.
Okay? So cover the end so that no air comes out. Make a line with your lip. I like to call this the old man without their dentures. You're going to take that line and you're going to cut this opening in half with that line. So you're going to cover.
Meaning the line should go across the middle of that hole.
Yes.
The line that your lips make
The
goes
line
across
is going
the
to
middle of
go
the hole.
across and it's going to cut this hole in half.
Okay.
You cover and then you're going to roll down and release your lips. And when you release your lips, you're going to notice that your bottom lip covers part of that hole, and that's exactly what you want it to do. If you don't have part of that hole covered, it's very difficult to have a sound.
Okay.
Then you take a breath and blow across the opening, not down, but across. And what happens...
Blow straight, in other words.
Blow straight.
Kind of straight ahead.
Blow straight ahead. What happens is the air splits on the opposite end of the hole. And so some of it goes down, but most of it just goes into the room, which is why flute takes more air than any other instrument.
Cool. Why don't you do it without talking? You're just going to go boom, boom, boom through the steps.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what you should do when you're playing. Plug it.